Does he have an increased AC because of it, idiot? Talk about a sucker.
At least get bulletproof.
I can still shoot her just fine.
And the side job involving them, like where they hire you, you find out that they're like losing their minds because like gonna go cyber psycho because they changed all of their body to cybernetics.
At that point, you're more a robot. But anyway, yeah, what happened last week? Where did we start?
We began in the tower.
That we did.
Seizure time.
Yeah, the earliest thing I remember is Clint waking up and kind of telling us what happened.
Yeah, going over the not prophecy. Because in theory it hasn't happened yet, and it can still be altered. So therefore, it's not a prophecy anymore. So then, just a really tripped out vision. Ideally, it won't come to fruition.
Mm-hmm.
Despite King Carthalion sort of being like, "It's not its time yet. You need to let it cook." I don't want to let it cook though. I don't want to let it cook though.
Not raw.
No, my egg.
God,
I don't want to cook it.
I wish I could draw.
Change my belly and quit. Let it cook. We have the future at home. Future at home. So yeah, so Quinn explained what his vision was to everyone. Dorn and Victor were present. Zoe was keenly interested at being included on the conversation. She felt like she had earned that right, but she got kicked off the island, voted out, and Byron and her were sent off and away. Victor had some interesting insights on the conversation. I don't know how to describe it. Like it seemed like he had some grasp as to what the gravity of the situation was, but not all of it. Because there were some points where he's just like, "I wasn't expecting that," right? So I don't know. He knows a lot of things, but the problem is we don't know what he knows. Something for later, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
After that, we broke the huddle. I believe a number of people, I don't remember what the final count was because it kept fucking hot swapping back and forth. A number of people went out into the field to forage, I believe.
Yeah, get some food because there we go. We didn't recap that. Most of our food and water had been tainted, corrupted,
spoiled
from being within, we think, the vicinity of the elf lady, whose name is.
I think you're the one that knows it. I don't know if Jericho actually... Did Jericho mention it to us?
Jericho...
Deliana, thank you.
Yeah, that's it.
I was gonna say Penelope for some reason.
Not only did he mention it, but you guys learned it from somewhere else as well.
Did we?
Did we?
Yeah.
Who?
Well, regardless,
I don't think we would have learned that name because it was only uttered to you.
Well, we all know it.
I remember Lucian also whipped out his easy bake oven contraption, and it was like shattering Bradford's will to live. Like you could do this.
No, it was more the oh hey, they're gonna crack open a dragon egg that was shattering his will to live. It was just that was a nice icing on top of the cake. And it's like, oh cool, I can't stop the dragon from being murdered, and also I could be replaced by a 3rd level spell. Swag.
I mean, 3rd level's pretty high. Anyway,
especially in this setting. In this, it's even more true.
So yeah, we went out hunting. I do recall, Jacob, that Cleo wanted to talk to Jericho about something, but then we didn't get to that. So
yeah,
we'll get to that.
We'll get there.
But yeah, we came back with some food.
You touched base with Zoe or Victor, I believe.
Yeah, about the terminology or the origins of the term "friend of man."
Right, that's what it was. Yeah.
Which is essentially, like we theorized, dates back to the days,
Pre-fall.
Yeah, exactly. Pre-fall. It's a title bestowed by the
What up?
Is it Cobra?
Cobra.
Right, it's Cobras.
House of
Cobra Clan that did not
Join in.
betray their ideals, did not join Carthalion.
They're the step clan to the queen.
What are you doing, Step Clan?
Shut up,
You need to die. You need to burn.
Don't worry, we'll have plenty of time for that later today.
But regardless, no surprise there. Unfortunately, I couldn't remember anything about Amin, I think his name was. I couldn't recall the specifics of what Ken Tamir, Ken on her, had told Jericho about him. But regardless,
Lord Marshal, Supreme Commander.
Ken Amir, Lord of all the beasts of the earth, birds of the air,
Esquire.
of the sea, Esquire, PhD, CPA. Yeah, the works.
After we hunted, what happened then?
Doran and Victor were examining the central feature of the room. I don't remember like what it actually is by term. I guess technically this is probably the most reliquary of reliquaries, but there was a hidden compartment underneath the altar in the center of the room, which with Cleo's help, like they managed to decipher the symbols that activated it, and then Quint hand over his amulet so that way the closest thing to divine light, sunlight, I guess, could hit it, and then we got an orb, which we don't know what it does. I believe the captain... Oh yeah, the captain arrived on site. Forgot about that. I believe the captain is in custody of it. I believe.
Yeah, he arrived. I think we found out the orb is like some kind of container for something. So there's something in the orb. And we need to get it to a city of light to open it.
Yeah, it's a light-based lock, which is like, ooh, awkward. Which, yeah, I mean,
about the darkness.
It makes perfect sense, right? We're like these posts have been set up as far away from the light as possible, so that means really the only people that should be transporting it and opening it should be making this pilgrimage out here and back. That's more important. And back.
I'm very curious what happens if you like put it on a zero light zone. I imagine it just doesn't do much anything.
Hopefully nothing. Worst case scenario, it still glows with light and we're fucked. Regardless, let's not find out that option, right?
Speaking of being near zero light zones.
Speaking of the captain, actually, he did sort of I guess grill us in the way that only Solstice can over our failure, mission failure. He was like, "Why didn't you pursue the fucking lady?" And we were like, we would have died if we did that.
Personally, I didn't interpret that as him growing us versus he just needed like a written or like an account of what happened, so that way he could report it back up and say, "This is why we didn't pursue."
It kind of comes off similar to Dieter during Flora's training when she tried to like smuggle food. Of just like, I'm asking you why you're trying to take this, but if you have a good enough reason as to why you didn't do that, you're fine. It's just like, why didn't you go at that? It's like, well, we would have died. It's like, all right, threat assessment, cool. Sucks that happened, but yeah.
He just comes off as intimidating, so it was like he was grilling us.
He is not good at social parties.
He's fair, right? I think we can say that he's very fair. And a number of us did enter cleansing, which he was going to set up a cleansing chamber here in the insect tower.
Which was, I believe, Lucian, Bradford, and Clint, right?
Ward as well, I believe.
Ward? That's right, yeah.
Because someone had to be acting lieutenant.
So those four were cleansed. Meanwhile, Jericho was placed as acting lieutenant to go to the mountain and try and find out whatever we could. It was a scouting mission. We went there. I believe the team was Doran 2, Cleo,
Booyog.
I said 2. Yeah, Booyog.
Oh yeah, my bad. Listen, 2 is a word. Booyog is a name.
See, right. 2 times. And Flora, was that it?
I think Flora was there too. It's just she was doing her Gloomstalker be invisible thing.
Yeah, Kitty had to hop out by that point. But I think that was
Katie's dead tired thing.
So we got there thanks to the expertise of the people on our team. We figured out that the best possible way to trek to the top was to come around the northeast side, trekking through the zero light zone, which luckily we have a Black Ranger. I remember this time. We have a Black Ranger in our company that can navigate. And then using Doran's graviturgy, I believe it's called, to sort of bring the electrified mist down, because the electricity is completely contained within that mist, that fog, and then make our way up that way. It's less misty ground to cover, and where there is mist, we just bring it down, weigh it down. Good sensor. Then we also got a glimpse of the battlefield itself, which I think is in Lore Archive. Yeah, it is. The plan is to lure the thing away using 7 and Byron's speed. Sort of use its pride against it. While it's away, we make our way up, and when it comes back, we're already there.
Seems pretty correct to me.
Mm-hmm. Did anything else happen that session?
Victor made a joke.
Oh, that's right.
When we were talking about numbology, he's like, yes, we will have to check in on the numballs.
You should see it.
And we're like, holy shit, he did it. He joked.
Well, he's not an AI. We know that.
Unless he's a really advanced
programmed
one.
to make jokes.
My humor drive is through the roof. Aside from that, I think that's about it. I don't know what the not the verdict, but what happened there after we gave our report. I don't know if the Grand Watcher knows yet about mission failure, because we were told not to send it.
Yeah, I think it got brought up for a second, and they're like, do not! And it's like, okay.
It's a good thing Quinn didn't have us send it to the Grand Watcher. He would have done it anyways.
I mean, like, I think there was enough time that a day could go by and you could do it.
Oh, I forgot a Chad Victor thing. He negotiated aggressively against the captain. And then the captain was like, I'm not even mad. Well played.
What was his bargaining chip?
That because Victor had the information, Cobra Clan-based information to the Bone Collector, and then the captain was like, we could just court-martial and kill you. And he's like, okay, but if you kill me, then the information dies with me. Checkmate. Puts gun to side of head. Idiot. I have a hostage myself.
It's like that one scene from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Walter hops up on the banister, he puts a gun to his head.
It's like, shit.
I'll fall right into this ocean, I'll give a shit.
Suckers. So yeah, he successfully negotiated against the captain. And he wanted, in payment, the twin fang, I think it's one of the twin fangs, the one he has on him, to be purified, as well as an item for someone else in his group. I don't know if he means like his underclass, like who that is. Maybe it's one of us. No, it's probably not one of us. I can hope.
I really want to see what the Laughing Blade does.
It's been 30 sessions.
You tune in at Tollspuns. I regret my decisions.
I want a refund.
No.
Curse it back. Curse it back.
Tell us puns. Now my humor drive is even more powerful. No, Victor, that's not how it works. If anything goes down.
Yeah, it's a net negative. Hey, so, speaking of which, while they are out scouting, you hear at the base Is there anything y'all would have liked to do? Because there's something that's going to happen, regardless.
Nothing comes to my mind.
I'm on ice right now.
You are. So Bradford, during this time, how would we probably put these? Oh yes, you come out of cleansing before, at the same time as Ward.
Yeah.
So no, he wouldn't start with you. Wouldn't start with you. You're in cleansing. So Lucian and Cleo, you do see the captain making his. Oh my God, it's just Jordan, isn't it?
Wait, am I there? I was out scouting.
You are. It's just Jordan. So Jordan, are you actually here?
I'm still in the fucking car.
Okay, that's cool.
He had a hiccup in his cleansing.
The captain is going to ask you about events that happen.
Okay, gotcha.
Would you be honest with them?
Yeah, I would.
Okay, no need to roll then.
Okay. I can't lie for shit.
That's good. That's really good. Because he's going to ask you if you think Jericho led them here.
As expected.
So, okay. Oh, that's good. So, after, the first day, we got Bradford and Ward back. Saturday, as you are resting, the captain gives you a once-over to ensure you're fully cleansed. And then begins to ask you the same questions. Is there anything you try to withhold?
Let me think for a second. My gut instinct is no. And I think that's what the answer is. I don't think there's anything in particular he would withhold.
Okay. He would ask you, how did these events all occur? Where were you when they started?
Me and... hold on.
It was Buyog.
Is Buyog his name, or is that his, operation?
Buyog's his code name.
Code
name.
Perfect, cool. Me and Buyog were scouting about. We saw the light go off again. Started making our way that way. After sending messages to everyone.
And when you split up and reconnected, you followed Scarecrow's plan.
It is either Scarecrow or Buyog in that situation that I believed had the best capability to get close to that thing without us getting detected. Unfortunately, we still weren't detected.
Did you question why his idea was to run in, but leave you behind?
No. He was in far too emotional of a state to be thinking 100% rationally. I chalked it mostly up to that. And unfortunately, I do not disagree with his plan or actions. Even if they are emotional.
He looks at you. So you believe, had he not been emotional, he would have made a different decision?
I think there is a possibility, but I am... He does have that pause I just had. I think he would. I think he would.
Do you believe any conflict against this Leona Van de Mion would give him pause?
I don't... What I've seen, it is more... It drives him to action, more than pause. Because to be fair, he's never seen Scarecrow just chatting with Leo. And he would genuinely think it's he thinks Jericho would jump into action more than anything.
He just stands up. You are fully cleansed. Before looking down at you, now looming large over you, staring directly at you with those ice blue eyes of his.
Anything else I could do to help?
Do you believe him to be a traitor?
I do not. This guy can probably read Bradford like a book. At the notion of traitor, it definitely itches in his mind. That is probably... There's something there with the idea of traitors. But he does not think Jericho's a traitor. Put that up. I just noticed you're slowly moving the token closer and closer. Now it's like, hey, what's up? Hey, how's it going? Is he normally like this tall, or does he just have a presence to him?
You know, it seems to be a certain presence.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think often on traitors?
I think it's a factor that should always be considered. Because if there is a single one in any midst, then it could entirely spell disaster for us. Which could spell disaster for the world.
Like a disease that would need to be excised.
I'd say that's an excellent way to put it.
He steps back before taking his leave.
He does let out a sigh of relief. Alright. And Bradford just goes back to probably brewing stuff. Far more intense than he was before.
Very good. So, after another day, this is when y'all would arrive back.
Oh, nice.
I am so happy that I've returned.
Oh my god, they have returned.
There he is. Returning.
And the myth.
Look at him go, returning.
Anyways.
So, what do you do when y'all's group gets back?
Check on the people that were cleansed. Is everyone back?
Everyone except Clint.
Everyone except Clint.
Surprising no one.
Let's see, it was
I'm
Clint,
born this way.
Clint, Lucian, Ward, and Bradford. There you go. I think since Lucian's not here yet, I think you would approach Bradford. Glad to see you back on your feet.
Glad to see you're not fucking dead.
We learned a lot, and we didn't even encounter anything that we couldn't handle. So, all in all, went off without a hitch. I should probably debrief with the captain. Don't suppose anything happened while I was away. Any interrogations? Oh, no, I'm kidding.
He doesn't say that.
He's metagaming, Your Honor. He's metagaming.
I don't know if this is if these are stairs or what. But as he approached the captain, he would probably pass by Ward and motion for her to come with him.
As you head off, Bradford does say, like, a little bit quietly, what does he say? Ward was right, the captain is questioning your loyalty. So be prepared for that.
Thumbs up over his shoulder. Keeps walking.
Yep. About what he expected.
Captain, sir. Back from our scouting mission.
Lieutenant.
We approached from the south side. Went right up to the mist itself. We didn't encounter pretty much any creatures on the way there, right?
Correct.
Right. Met no resistance on the way there, but we were traveling quiet and light. All in all, nothing out of the ordinary on the way. Doran, or not Doran, Megamind took a look at the mist. He determined that it was completely containing the electricity. He found out that if he were able to use his gravity magic to bring the mist down, then we could single file move through the mist unshocked. He's planning on training, see how long he can keep the mist down for. He intends to use the mist to our south as a training practice. Training practice, okay. Valkyrie also determined that the shortest route, the perhaps quickest and easiest one, was not from the south, but actually to the northeast. Of course, that's passing through Zero Light territory, but was more than able, Booyak, rather, was more than able to take us through there.
Is there anything else?
We briefly mused about maybe making a tunnel, but can't be done. Not with what we have on hand. We did get eyes on the thing's lair. There does seem to be some kind of concentration of... what would Doran have called it?
Called what?
The central point of the battle map.
Yeah, that's a good question. It looks like it was almost like not a portal, but something akin to an arcane portal.
An arcane portal. Then, yeah, Jericho would use those words exactly. We saw what Doran Megamind called an arcane portal, wreathed in electricity and lightning. A bunch of rocks floating towards it. Seemed to be manipulating gravity, which we know from Viper's sacrifice that this thing is capable of